Hey friends. Um God doesn't give you more than you can handle. It's a I remember before I started my spiritual journey. um that sounds so weird to say that. Um Maybe before I came into this community, I used to say that a lot, like when somebody was going through something, or well, even if I was going through something, I would remind myself of that saying that God doesn't give you more than you can handle. Um, and I guess it was just a way for me to like maybe not be so overwhelmed, or uh, know that things will be okay in at the end of the day, whenever that day ends, or the moment. Um, I find that I don't say that as much, though, if at all, lately. And it's not that I don't believe in God. Ever since I joined this community, and maybe it's more appropriate to say took a turn more into spiritualism. Um, I just found it interesting. Um, I was reflecting the other day, and for some reason, this saying, "God doesn't give you more than you can handle," popped into my head. And it didn't pop in like, oh, um, I need to tell myself this or anything, but it's just a thought. And it actually made me think about the saying, and where not so much where it came from, but what it means to me. And I think that's evolved, only because I question it now. And not to say it in like a negative way, like, oh, there's no God, or anything like that, or that saying's full of crap or anything like that. Nothing negative. It's just it made me think, because, you know, uh I don't want to say I'm constantly reminded, but I'm always reminded that my journey, my path is something that I wrote for myself. So if it's written by me, and maybe with the assistance of some guide, or my current guides, or angels, or whatever, um, then did God give it to me, or did I give it to myself? So, did I give myself knee pain? Did I give myself high blood pressure? Did I give myself, um, whatever, a lot of bills, or um, anything that's troubling you, or that you're working through? Like, God didn't give it to me. I wrote it in my path for a reason, an experience to learn from, gain something from. And I used to think about the word grace, and like how um I don't I don't think so much as I'm here for other people, or I'm going through something so that somebody could learn something. I think I'm here because it's about me, and my lessons, and my journey, and my path. And it does intertwine with other people, and some people can gain something from what I'm going through. But I'm not here for other people. I'm here for me, and my journey is unique to myself, and it's meant to be for me. And if it's impactful to other people, then so be it. Or that's a great thing. And if it's not, then that's okay too. Um, but I guess where I started to like where things got sticky, or where my energy focus went to, was the word God doesn't give because I wrote this, I made this, I decided before I came in, like, hey, this is something good for you to learn for whatever reason. You have to experience it and figure it out because everybody's lesson is going to be different. I always think about like the whole thing where you could put like five people can watch the same movie at the same time in the same theater and they'll all come away with something different. So like I'm going through this experience and I'm gaining something that's unique unto myself, and it's not going to be the same for everybody. And it's like that for whatever reason, right? And it's just interesting how um I don't know if we were trained to be this way or if it was meant to be this way, but on Earth or in this realm or whatever, um, that we always place uh, power, or we're trained to look outwardly instead of inwardly. Like somebody's gonna save me, somebody's gonna help me, somebody did this to me. You know, you have to believe in like uh Jesus is our savior or something like that. I'm not trying to get religious or anything, but it just feels like uh the emphasis was always made to be outwardly instead of inwardly. And I don't want to say like, oh, just what do they call it, conspiracy theories, where like, oh, the church did this to us, or man's doing this, the politics are doing this to us so that we give up control to them, or we're beholden to them. I don't. I just look at it like, I wonder if that was the design of Earth, or for us here, was to always, well, not always, but maybe to discover a way home. Well, maybe that's not even right to say because everybody's path here is different. But it just feels like there's constant reminders of like I don't know how to say it. Just my focus, our focus is to be outward, like somebody else instead of me. And I always I don't want to say always because there's it's not perfect. It's not 100%, but I do find myself reminding myself to look inward and to look in the mirror, to see my reflection, um, to place everything on me. Like this is what you, this is what you created, or what you wanted, what you written into your path, and then the next thing becomes okay. So why? Um, what's the lesson? What's the experience? What's the opportunity for growth? And I don't think that life is about like, I guess it's weird because I've been struggling. Well, not struggling, but I've been I've been realizing like um just our language system that we use is is challenging because the words don't describe enough, and the way we're learned or we're taught to speak is is almost to like, in some instances it's to not really try or to give up, um and it puts us into like certain predicaments. And so I don't know, it's just interesting. But I got caught up on the word, or that term, God doesn't give you more than you can handle. And I do believe in God. uh I do believe there is a God, but I don't necessarily know what um I don't think he's going to like get in the way of a lesson that I asked for. I don't know. I guess it's just I remember well, I guess it's just like when I mean we could put it on anything, right? Like there's a hurricane what recently was there was a I forget oh I think there was a earthquake in Alaska and then there was a tsunami warning for Hawaii. And it's like all these people and I'm not trying to say like, oh, it was like they shouldn't have been worried. You know, you should be worried, but um, is God gonna say like, no, I don't? I'm gonna change my mind on this one, and that tsunami's not gonna happen, and it's not gonna hit Hawaii because it should have, right? It's in the path, and or the hurricane in the Gulf automatically makes its way to Miami and then all of a sudden it just dies or it turns and it goes out to sea and nothing happens. Is that God saying, "No, not this time." Or was it never meant to be but it was to raise awareness? Um and then all those people that are in the path, they signed up uh for a specific uh experience. So I don't know. I'm just rambling. I'm probably like all just all over the place. Well, I'm all over the place, but I don't know. It's just I'm not sure that God's going to get in the way of what we write for an experience. And I do believe that we have angels that watch over us and protect us. I don't think it's our family members. Um, I think they're there to help, but I see now I'm spiraling again, going all over the place. But yeah, I just thought that trying to pull it back together. Um, yeah, I don't think this is God's journey. I think it's mine, and so I think instead. Oh wow. So it's just a thought. Like I was gonna say instead of God, I should change the word to I. Well, not I doesn't give, but I don't give myself more than I can handle. But then I thought, well, I guess part of it is that, I don't want to say I'm God, but I am the creator, the creator of my life. I'm the creator of my journey and my story, and I wrote this story, and now I'm walking it. Um, and I guess it's it's important that I uh, learn something from these experiences and not put it on somebody else to take them away for me because I put this on my path for a specific reason. I like that. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Um, and I guess I'll stop here before I start rambling on some more. So that was my thought. That was one of the recent deep ponderings down the rabbit hole. Was just God doesn't give you more than you can handle, which I think I should change the word to I. I doesn't give you more than you can handle. All right. I guess I'll talk to you guys later.